Hello and welcome back to the Kuriaknits channel. My name is Erin and I'm so glad that you've joined me here today. I have been knitting and I'm excited to share that with you. I also have one, set of acquisitions that I can't wait to share with you. It's probably my best thrift find yet. But anyways, let's just jump into it. I'm hoping today will be on the shorter end. I am leaving to go back to Europe tomorrow, so I'm on a bit of a time crunch. So I'm hoping that I can get through this episode pretty quick, but I actually have quite a bit to show you guys, which is exciting. So let's just get started. The first thing that I finished is what I'm wearing, and a lot of you may recognize this pattern as the Ranunculus sweater. And I have been knitting on this for a while. I basically finished the body and then forgot about it for a little while, and then just this past week was like, you know what, I need to power through these sleeves. They're only 3/4 length anyway, and that's exactly what I did. I can show you right at kind of like high-waisted pant length for me, and I decided to do 3/4 length sleeves. You know what, I blocked one sleeve and then didn't block the second sleeve yet. Steam blocked it, and you can tell this one's sitting a little bit shorter, but that's okay. And it was my first time doing an I-cord bind off, and I think I did pretty good. I'm actually really enjoying the fit of this sweater. It's much better than the first time I made a ranunculus. I made it out of a sport weight yarn, and I just really didn't love the way that this pattern settled with that kind of yarn. I've seen a lot of people make the ranunculus with sport and what's the other one, fingering weight yarn, but I think for me the ranunculus is going to be a worsted or K-weight pattern, just because I like it in more of a thicker sweater pattern. But I ended up making this out of Drops Air, which is one of my favorite yarns. Most people do hold Drops Air with something just because it is a blown yarn, so they have a tube and then they blow fabric into the yarn, so it makes it extremely fluffy, soft material, but that's what I love about it. And so I was going to pair this with a mohair, and then I said, you know what, I'm just gonna leave it on its own. And I mean, I just finished this. This is my second day wearing it, and so far I have no pilling, but obviously I'm sure there'll be many pills, especially in this area, to come. But I have another sweater that is made out of mostly all Drops Air, and it does pill, but it's holding up really well, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, I don't know if I have much to say about this pattern. If you have knit the ranunculus before and were a little frustrated at how they graded their pattern, you're in luck, because they just recently reformulated. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but they kind of fixed it up. So it used to be that the ranunculus is one size, and then they expanded as like an extra part of a way to grade it, and now it is fully graded to, I think, like 11 sizes. They did a really amazing job with it, and it's still intended to have an oversized fit. And my favorite thing about it is that according to their charts, with their intended ease, I would be a size 4 or 5, but I actually set that a size 2 because I wanted it to be a bit tighter. And I mean, I still have quite a bit of positive ease, but I was excited that I could pick a size based on what I actually, like what ease I actually wanted, based on kind of guessing based on their like one size fits all sort of situation. So I think that they had an amazing update, and I am thrilled to have this finished, and I can see why people love this pattern so much. The fit of it is just so good, and I think I will be making another one in my future. Well, not such a soon future, because I am a little overwhelmed with everything else that's going on. Okay, sorry if the camera moved. I had to move it. I have it sitting on top of my laptop, and I just completely forgot what the next knit is. So I have another finished object to show. I signed up for yet another test knit, and I opted to test for the Nurture Bralette by Celine Knits, and it looks like this. I think it looks so beautiful. There's lace at the bottom, so they look like leaves, and oh, there's my dog. So the pattern itself is highly customizable, which is one thing I loved about it and what initially drew me to the pattern. So when you're making the cups, you'll see that they're like fully cup shaped, and you make that with short rows. So I think you can kind of see the short rowing along the side there. Yeah. So you customize not only for your band size, but also your cup size, which is really nice for people who are either very large chested or very small chested, or have like a difference between what their kind of rib cage size is and what their breast size is. So I think that this pattern is going to be amazing when it comes out. The only notes that I had for her in testing were that because of this lace at the bottom here, you do lose some elasticity right underneath the cups. And so I had recommended that she either suggests that we size down an additional size in the needle, or that we put some elastic in. I still have yet to put elastic in mine. I will need to. It is definitely too loose to wear as a bra with any kind of support, but I think once elastic is put in there, I did a trial run of elastic, I just didn't secure it properly and it popped out on me. And with the trial run, it worked out really, really well. So I think that I'll be able to wear this as soon as I put that elastic in there. And I also think I may put some elastic around the back. It was my first time doing an I-cord and picking it up, and I think I just picked it up at the wrong spot, because if you look on the wrong side, it's just perfect, and then on the right side, it tends to want to flop over. So I think if I just put a little bit elastic right in there, it will look perfect. So yeah. I made this out of Stress Knits yarn in their favorite base in the color Eucalyptus, and I just love the subtle gradation of the colors. I have another skein and a bit of this, so I'm really excited to be able to make something else with it. And I'm really impressed by the yarn that Stacy sells. So don't think I have much else to say about this knit, but I will let you guys know on Instagram when this pattern comes out. I was the first test knitter to finish it, because I was trying to fly through it so I could finish it before I went away. And so people are just finishing it, and I think they have until mid-June. So I'm assuming the pattern is due to come out near the end of June or somewhere around there if you were interested, but I would definitely highly recommend it. Selena's paying a lot of attention to the fit of the pattern. She seems to really care about wanting everyone with every body type to be able to fit into it, which is what I love to see. And so yeah, I'm very excited to be a tester and supporting her in developing and perfecting this pattern. The next object is a whip, and this one is more of an update. Oh, this is gonna move the camera again, isn't it? Oh my gosh. So last time I had shown you, now the camera's all messed up. I'm sorry guys, I'm clearly not a professional. Okay, so I have finished the arm on the Poetry Pullover. This is by Sari Nordlund. I was testing this piece. It is now out. So if you are interested in knitting this, you can find it on Ravelry, or I think Sari has a website. To be honest, I haven't ever been on it, but it looks like this. And I think it looks stunning. So basically for a test knit, you have to finish the yoke and a sleeve. And I did exactly that. And I haven't really been working much else on it. But I love the way this sleeve looks. It fits great. The pattern itself is lovely, and it is now available if you're interested in it. This yarn is West Yorkshire Spinners. Their Blue Face Luster DK, and I am loving the way it's knitting. It smells amazing. Yes, it smells so good. And so I would very highly recommend it if you can get your hands on it. I am just absolutely loving the process of knitting this. I'm still going back and forth on whether to bring this with me as to finish while I'm away, or to just wait until I come back. But I think it's going to be absolutely stunning when finished. So I highly recommend getting your hands on this pattern if you are interested in a all over lace sweater pattern. I said I'd be flying through this, and I'm holding true to that promise, I think. The next knit I have to show you is my Camisole number 4 by My Favorite Things Knitwear, and I am just loving the way that this is turning out. This is knit in Knitting for Olive pure silk in the color Sunflower. It is a stunning yellow color. I think this will be so nice for summer. I have now finished all of the triangles and connected it all together, and I am just knitting the body. So yeah, I am absolutely so happy with this. I have tried it on. It has in the pattern that you do the straps last, but I wanted to get them done, and I have just pinned them on the back. So what you do is you do the straps last and then block it and then graft it onto the back to make sure the straps are the right height for you. And the straps also grow a little bit, she says, in washing when using pure silk, and so she recommends attaching them later on. And that is what I plan to do, but I figured I'd get them done so I can at least try it on a little bit and see what it looks like. And so far this strap length is working just fine for me. I had it hanging on a hanger for a little bit just so I could see how far it would stretch out. But obviously with blocking, it might stretch out more or less. And yeah, I am super excited. And because I'm going to the Knitting for Olive store very shortly in Copenhagen, I'm wondering if I should get more pure silk to make another one in a different color, but we will see at a later time. But I'm thoroughly enjoying knitting on this, and now that it is all connected, it is really a mindless knit and super easy to travel around with. And I brought it to church one day. Anyways, it's doing me good. Would highly recommend again. And the last knit I have to show is one that I just cast on, and it is the, can you tell from this little tiny swatch? It is the Aosta Camisole by the Knit Purl girl. Her and I have been talking a lot on Instagram. If you didn't know, we are both medieval historians. She is a little bit further in her PhD than I am, but we found out that we're going to be at the same conference in England in July. So I'm hoping that we can actually meet up and knit together. I am so interested to hear about how she got into designing knitwear, but I thought by meeting her, I bought many of her patterns. I have had a lot of them on my list and still do for fall. But I was like, this girl has to have a summer pattern that I can get up before then, because I can't meet one of the greats of knitwear without wearing one of her stunning designs. So I am making the Aosta Cami, especially because it will be summer. I think it'll be great to wear under a blazer at the conference. And it'll also just be wonderful to have. It's actually a very similar shape to Camisole number 4, but it's in a different stitch pattern. So it looks like this, and this is Andalusian stitch pattern. I don't remember what she calls it, but she talks about it a lot in her podcast, which I will link down below. And I am making this out of Stash, the Cotton by, you know, those knitwear people. The Cotton by We Are Knitters. Losing my mind shortly, step by step every day. I'm losing my mind. That's what I was trying to say. Anyways, I am loving the way that it's turning out so far. I had bought a kit from We Are Knitters right when I started knitting, like back a year ago. And this was supposed to be a cardigan, and I just wasn't loving the way that it was knitting up. So I have 6 skeins of this, which is going to be too much for this camisole. I think this camisole in my size calls for 3 skeins, 2 to 3 skeins of the cotton. So I'm going to just use that, see what I have left, and see what else I can make with it, because I've just been holding on to it and there's really no point to hold on to it. And it was originally for cardigan, and cotton just seems much more like a summery pattern, summery material for me anyways. So I'll let you know how I get on with this, but I mean, from the little teeny tiny triangle I've made, it's been an enjoyable pattern so far. So let's move on to acquisitions. I have just two things to show you today. The first of which, you might be able to tell by this, we were talking about needles in the last podcast and how I was looking into maybe getting a set of ChiaoGoo interchangeables, but I had never tried ChiaoGoo needles before. I had just heard so much about them, and so I decided that I would get some fixed circulars to give it a go before I went ahead and made the big purchase of getting a whole ChiaoGoo set. And so I was in desperate need of a size 3, not size 3, a 3mm and a 2.5mm to finish the Nurture Bralette. And so those are the two sizes that I got. So this is, I think, the 2.5. And honestly, I've loved them. This cord is just as malleable as people say. I never really wanted for other needles so much. I have Knit Picks interchangeables right now, and I love that I can go get extra cords at a moment's notice at a store that is local to me. But honestly, these are changing my mind. I almost wish I hadn't gotten them because I am simply obsessed, and I will definitely be getting an interchangeable set. I think I have convinced myself to wait until my birthday / Christmas. My birthday is November, Christmas is Christmas, so they're very close together. And I think this November, December, I will have a set of interchangeables. That said, if anyone knows of any ChiaoGoo interchangeable sales, please let me know, because obviously they're a large investment. So if I can get them on sale, even if it's not November yet, I will jump on that chance. But thank you for all of the people who have comments in the last one, leaving me recommendations. These are as lovely and amazing as you all have said. So yes, I cannot believe that I was able to get secondhand the yarn I'm about to show you. It's the Manic Lopi. I'll put in the name of it on the screen, but I was able to find 3 plates of it secondhand. I can't even believe that someone was selling this. I mean, it's a yarn that I've always wanted to try, but isn't readily accessible in my area. So I was thrilled to be able to find 3 of it. This one is coming up more yellowy on camera, but this is a pure white color. And the next lightest is this beigey color, and it has some gradation in there. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to tell, but it's just beautiful. And then this dark brown color, which, like, oh, it's so good. So if you don't know about this yarn, it's another unspun yarn similar to that other Lopi that I showed last time, but it just kind of separates as all the people show. But what's interesting about this one is it actually is 2 strands of fingering that they loop around together to give it a little bit more strength. And so that will make a DK weight. So you can either separate them and knit the 2 strands separately, or you can keep them together and knit them at a DK weight. There are some amazing patterns out there that use these specific unspun yarns, but I have a pattern in mind to be able to use these 3 together in a colorwork pattern. And I hope that in colorwork this white doesn't show up quite as yellow as it does in camera. In that one put beside this brown, in this beige, it looks a little bit more like the true white it is. I think just because this has such a cool undertone and this is a really pure white, it's making this one look yellow, but it really isn't yellow in person, I promise. But anyway, yeah, so I have plans to make a color work with this, but this will be a fall project as this is an extremely warm yarn, and it also smells exactly like sheep. It just smells like sheep all around me between this and the sweater I'd shown you. It's a very sheepy time, but I'm super excited to put this into my stash and to have it and to knit with it in the future. I still can't believe my luck that I found this, so always be checking secondhand sources. You never know what you're going to find. Okay, my apologies again. I had to move the camera for a 3rd time, so I am so sorry. This is not only a quick podcast, but it is a haphazard one as well. So the last thing that we have to get to today is the giveaway. So I entered all of the comments from the last podcast into a random comment generator, and the winner of the yarn is GenieR. So a huge congratulations to you, Genie. I'm so excited to send you your prize. If you could please message me on either Instagram, here on YouTube, or my email is in the description box below. I would be very happy to send off your yarn for you. So as a reminder, you have a choice between these two yarns. They are both from Canadian alpaca farmers, and they are both Sari alpaca yarn. This first one is 100% alpaca, and it is 240 yards in this beautiful skein. And this is a worsted weight skein. Or this one is your other choice. Stunning other cooler brown color, and this one's 90% alpaca and 10% tencel, and there's 110 yards in the skein. So this one's basically doubled up of this one. So please let me know if you'd like the worsted weight or the bulky weight skein, and I would be very happy to send that along to you. Yeah, they're so unbelievably soft. I'm very excited for you to get your hands on it, and again, huge congratulations to you. So anyways, that comes to the end of this podcast. I am off to vigorously clean my house and try to book some flights and trains and planes, trains, and automobiles and all of that good stuff. We leave in literally 24 hours from now, so I'm very excited. If you are new to the podcast, I'm headed over to Europe for now a month and a half. I'm going to Amsterdam, then Copenhagen, and then I just recently found out yesterday that I am then going to the UK, where I was earlier this year, this time for a medieval conference, as I was talking about earlier, and so I need to change around a whole bunch of flights, and it's just a little crazy and all over the place, but I'm super happy to be heading over there, and I'm excited to be bringing you some videos from Europe. I'll definitely be showing you around like yarn stores like Stephen and Penelope and Knitting for Olive and wherever else I can go. I'm hoping to get up to Stockholm as well, so lots of good stuff to come. I'm very excited for the trip, but right now it's a bit of a mad dash and a huge panic. So anyways, I'm so glad that you joined me here today. I hope you all are having an absolutely amazing week and a good start to summer. It feels like summer here anyway, summer, spring, whatever, and that you guys are just doing great. I just hope everyone's doing great. Anyways, I will see you next time, and thanks again for joining in. Bye.